The wine glass hit the marble floor so hard it sounded like a warning shot. Not a spill. A break. The kind of break that makes a ballroom full of officers forget how to breathe. 1 second earlier, my father had pushed the empty glass into my hand in front of a Florida congressman and said, loud enough for 3 tables to hear, "Mara, make yourself useful. Get him another drink." A few men laughed, not cruelly, comfortably, the way people laugh when power gives them permission. I looked at the glass. Then I looked at the 3 silver stars on my father's shoulder. Lieutenant General Richard Vance, Commander, war hero, a man people stood straighter around. And to him, I was still his disappointing daughter, the daughter who should have chosen nursing, the daughter who embarrassed him by wanting combat operations, the daughter he told people was traveling abroad, while I was lying in a drainage ditch outside Marib with blood in my mouth and a rifle pressed into my shoulder. I was about to turn away. Then a voice came from across the ballroom. Low, broken, almost afraid. Nightshade 7? The laughter died. Colonel David Rourke, a retired Navy SEAL with a cane and a scar under one eye, stood frozen near the donor table. My father frowned. Colonel Rourke? Rourke ignored him. He looked at me like he had just seen a ghost step out of a classified grave. Then, in front of my father, the congressman, and every officer who had laughed, the old SEAL straightened his spine and saluted me. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. And for the first time in my life, my father looked at me as if he was not sure he had the clearance to know my name. I should have left before dinner. That was my first thought. Not victory, not satisfaction, just a tired voice inside me saying, I knew this room would hurt. I had not attended one of my father's military events in 6 years, but my mother had called 3 weeks earlier and asked me to come for one night. So I came, because at 34, I had learned that sometimes you return to the room that broke you just to prove it no longer owns you. Growing up, my father treated my brother Caleb's failures like lessons and my ambition like an embarrassment. When I scored in the 99th percentile and said I wanted operations, he pushed the report back across the kitchen table. Don't confuse stubbornness with capability, he said. You qualified for paperwork, not the field. Something inside me went cold. After that, I stopped asking for his approval. I joined the Air Force and built a life in rooms he could not enter. The first time someone called me Nightshade 7, it came through a radio in eastern Afghanistan. A team was trapped. 2 men were wounded, and I was only listed as support. Support sounded soft. It did not sound like calculating distance and wind while men screamed through static. I made the shot. Then another. 7 targets. 7 seconds. 7 men came home because I had stopped caring whether my father thought I belonged in the fight. For years, I lived between 2 worlds. At family gatherings, I was Mara, the quiet daughter with some intelligence job. At work, I was Nightshade 7, a Tier 1 shooter with access levels my father's rank could not unlock. That was the part he never understood. Rank and authority are not always the same thing. After Colonel Rourke saluted me, my father looked from him to me. What is this? He asked. Rourke lowered his hand slowly. His eyes were wet. I thought you were dead, he said. That sentence changed the room, not because it explained anything, because it made everyone realize there was something to explain. I set the empty glass on a table. My fingers were steady, which surprised me. Years of training do that. The body can behave even when the heart is splitting open. I'm not dead, Colonel, I said. No, he whispered. No, you're not. My father stepped closer. Mara, what is he talking about? I looked at him and answered with the same voice I used around men, with more clearance and less arrogance. General Vance, you do not have authorization to discuss this matter. The room inhaled. 200 people heard a major tell a 3-star general he did not have access. My father's face changed slowly. Disbelief, anger, then humiliation. I turned to Rourke. Colonel, this is not the place. Rourke gave a bitter little laugh. With respect, ma'am, it became the place when he handed you a serving glass. My father lowered his voice. Sit down. Mara, do not embarrass me. There it was, the sentence of my childhood wearing a dress uniform. Not, are you all right? Not, what have I failed to know? Just, protect my image. I looked at him and said softly, Father, you gave me a name. You do not get to write my story. He went still. Then he forced a public smile. This is obviously a misunderstanding, he said. My daughter has always had a dramatic streak. That almost made me laugh. I had survived by having no streak at all. No noise. No complaints. No visible wounds. Rourke's jaw tightened. She saved my team in Yemen. The ballroom tightened. My father's eyes narrowed. Yemen? Rourke took one step forward. 6 years ago, Marib province. 4 hostages. 2 men down. Bad intelligence. Worse command decisions. Colonel, my father warned. Rourke looked at him with calm contempt. You don't get to warn me tonight. I wanted to disappear. People imagine vindication as warm, like applause. But when your pain becomes public, it feels like someone ripping the bandage off in a crowded room. I remembered Yemen, heat in my lungs, sand under my cheek, the order to hold position. I remembered disobeying it, not because I was brave, because the hostages were still alive. Rourke spoke to the room now. That woman held a corridor alone for 17 minutes while my team extracted civilians. She took a fragment wound, lost comms twice, and still brought them home. No one breathed. My father looked at me as if I had become a foreign language. That's not true, he said. Not loud, not confident, just desperate. Rourke held up a grainy, sand-colored photograph. 5 exhausted men, 2 civilians, 1 woman in dusty gear with half her face hidden. Me. Her face was redacted in the file, Rourke said, but not in my memory. The congressman took 1 step away from my father. That is how status collapses. Not in thunder, in inches. This is classified, my father said. I turned toward him fully. Yes, I said, which is why you should stop asking questions in public. Someone whispered, My God. My father stared at me. You are a major. On paper. You report through channels. Not yours. The words came out calm. Years of swallowed humiliation had become something clean inside me. Not rage, not revenge. A boundary. He glanced around, realizing everyone was listening. Who authorized you? I smiled then, not warmly. Someone with clearance. My father flushed dark red. Do you understand who I am? That was when something inside me finally rose. Not loud, not shaking, just standing up inside my chest after 34 years of kneeling at the edge of his approval. I do, I said. You are the man who told people I was backpacking through Europe while I was deployed to Afghanistan. You are the man who told me women did not belong in combat after I outscored every man in the recruitment office. You are the man who praised Caleb for knowing his limits and punished me for refusing yours." The room froze. My mother covered her mouth. Caleb stared at his shoes. I kept going because stopping would have been another kind of death. "You taught me to become invisible." So I did. I became so invisible that even you couldn't find me. Then I used that invisibility to do the work you said I was too fragile to touch. My father opened his mouth. No words came out. For the first time in my memory, Richard Vance had no speech prepared. Then Colonel Rourke saluted me again. Another officer joined him. Then another. No applause, no music, no heroic speech. Just respect finally arriving too late and still somehow right on time. My father looked smaller with every salute. Pain does not vanish when people finally see it. It just stops having to prove itself. After the gala, my father's world changed fast. By Tuesday, he was eating alone at the officers' club. People who had smiled at his stories now looked at him with careful disappointment. Not hatred, worse, pity. Several weeks later, he called. "Mara," he said. His voice sounded older. "I would like to see you." "No." "I am your father, and I am not your subordinate." Silence. Then, softly, "I made mistakes." "Mistakes are when you forget a birthday." I said, "What you did was a pattern. You did not misunderstand me. You diminished me. For once, I did not soften the truth. That had been my childhood job. Not anymore." "What do you want from me?" he asked. For years, I thought I wanted him humiliated, but revenge is not the same as freedom. "I want boundaries," I said. "Respect my rank, respect my work. Never use my name to repair your reputation. Never ask for information you are not cleared to know. And never again speak to me like I am a problem you were forced to raise." "That is a lot," he said. "No," I said. "That is the minimum." We did not become close after that. Real life rarely ends that cleanly. My father and I built something more honest than closeness. Distance with rules. A peace treaty. And I learned something too. Rising was not proving him wrong. Rising was no longer needing his face to fall in order for mine to lift. Years later, I stood in front of young female officers at a leadership seminar. A lieutenant asked, "Ma'am, how do you survive when the people closest to you don't believe in you?" The question was so honest it hurt. I saw myself at a kitchen table holding a test score my father refused to celebrate. Then I said, "You stop trying to earn permission from people who benefit from your smallness." The room went still. Some people will only love the version of you they can control. Do not become smaller to make them comfortable. Do the work. Build the skill. Guard your peace. And when the moment comes, let your competence speak in a room where their opinion can no longer protect them. That evening, I drove home beneath a bruised orange sunset. For the first time in years, silence did not feel like hiding. It felt like mine. People later asked me what Nightshade meant. They expected something deadly, something dark, something built for fear. They were wrong. Nightshade was the flower that grew where my father told me nothing could. 7 was not luck. It was survival. And if this story stays with you, let it be for this reason. Sometimes final justice is not revenge. Sometimes it is the day you stop begging to be recognized by people committed to misunderstanding you. My father gave me Vance. The war gave me Nightshade. But I gave myself the one thing no general, no family, no room full of laughing men could ever take away. my own story.